Salut, comment ça va? Welcome everybody, not only to the final episode of the Club de Foot Montreal career mode, but also the final ever episode of any FC25 career mode this year. I can't believe it has already arrived, lads, but what a game to finish it off. Club de Foot Montreal in the Champions League Final up against Lombardia FC, aka Inter Milan. Of course, in this career mode, we took the French-Canadian side from the MLS, we brought them over to the French League, we won 2 Ligue 1 titles, but the main goal of this series was to become the first non-European team to win the Champions League, and here we are now in the final ever episode in the final of Europe's elite competition. I think I said it in the last episode, there's something about Montreal becoming the first non-European team to win this tournament that just feels very right. We have had a tumultuous time in terms of getting to this Champions League final. 6th in the league phase. When you hear that, you might be like, that's not a bad effort, you did fairly well. But some of the results we got here, okay, we beat Slavia Praha 2-1, but then we followed that up with a 5-6 loss to Real Madrid, where we were 5-1 down at half-time, brought it back level, and then conceded in the last minute. Then a 4-2 loss to Arsenal, who signed one of our best players, Maurice Richard, or at least one of our highest rated players in Maurice Richard. After that then, what was the next result? We beat Athens 5-2, so a fairly strong result, but that was followed up very quickly with a defeat to Juventus, and I really started to believe here that we were getting nowhere near a Champions League final. Then if we move on over to December, a narrow 3-2 win against Bucharest. We were 2-0 down in that game, managed to turn it around, and then in January things were a little bit more straightforward. A 4-0 win against Napoli, and then we wrapped it up with a 2-1 win over Villarreal. And despite the fact we conceded 19 goals in the league phase, we managed to sneak into the top 8, finishing 6th with, I think, the second worst defence in the Champions League, if memory is serving me correctly. I think there was one team that conceded more. Yeah, I think Athens were the only team that actually conceded more, which was absolutely crazy. We got to bypass the playoff round because of that. Then in the last 16, we came up against Napoli again. Still very straightforward, 4-1 on aggregate against the Italian side. But then in the quarterfinals, it was the complete opposite of straightforward. We lost the first leg to Manchester United 5-4 in the last minute. Maximilian Bayer with 5 goals. And I was like, okay, that first leg was crazy. Surely the second leg will be nowhere near as bizarre. But as you can tell by the scoreline, it was even more bizarre. 7-6 at Old Trafford. And then it was followed up with one of the worst penalty shootouts you'll ever see, where I think the first 5 spot kicks were missed, and we ended up winning it by 3-2. And then we went on to play PSG, an all-league untie here, and I was expecting this to be maybe even tougher than the United game, but we ended up coming out 6-2 victors on aggregate, and it's left us right here in this Champions League final, easy for me to say, against Inter Milan. I'm super excited, I'm super nervous, but you know what, lads, I'm also super confident. But as confident as I am, I refuse to take this Inter Milan team lightly. There's quite a few familiar faces here in this team from a couple of different series that we've done. David Raya in goal, of course the real-life Arsenal goalkeeper. Rensch, Theo, Bastoni, Kim Min-jae and Carreras. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, apologies if I'm not, but the real-life Benfica left-back is there playing for Inter. The midfield 3, Çalhanoğlu, Odegaard and Conor Gallagher. Nicholas Jackson and Marmoush up front, but they have a very strong bench as well. Quenda, Kokchu, Diao, who we had in the Oxford series last year. Good to see him again. I haven't seen him pop up in a career mode for a while. They've got a regen called Maldonado on the bench as well. Bisek, Esposito and Galaxy, again, probably mispronouncing that, on the bench. Pablo Gavi, formerly of Turl United, is suspended for this game. I tell you what, lads, he was probably one of my biggest disappointments on the channel. We signed him in a career mode many moons ago. He only played well if we came up against Man City or Barcelona. Anybody else he would shit the bed against. But thankfully, we won't have to come up against him here, but there is a lot of very, very decent players to come up against in this team, and no wonder they're also in this final with us. There was just one other thing I wanted to check before we got into this final. I should have checked it earlier when I was showing you our results. I wanted to see how Inter Milan got on in their route to the final, bloody hell, they had a much worse league phase campaign than we did. I mean, they didn't concede as much, but they only won 1 game out of 8, 5 draws, only 2 defeats to be fair, but they very nearly got knocked out. They only went through on head-to-head results, I would imagine. Oh no, goal difference, never mind. They had a better goal difference than Union St. Gilles, or Galois. Again, I'm mispronouncing that as well. I can't believe how bad they did there, Inter Milan. That meant they would have gone into the playoff round where they beat Villarreal, a team who we beat in the Champions League group phase. The last 16, they beat Monaco. In the quarterfinals, they beat Liverpool. And in the semi-finals, they knocked out Bayern Munich. So they had a bit of an unconventional route to the final, kind of similar to us. So, to be honest, lads, that means we probably need to expect a batshit crazy Champions League final, which, you know what, bring it on. Bring it on. We've had plenty of those games before and came out on top. Let's add one more to the collection to wrap up things here in FC25. Just one final thing before we get into the game itself. Sorry, I know I'm delaying this quite a lot. I do apologise, lads. I did just want to go over the starting 11 very, very quickly. I know Kone has been playing really well at centre-back as of late, but you know what? I just can't bench a player like Kanate here in the Champions League final. I really, really can't. For some reason, it's unsaved this change. Rutter should be starting this game. I don't know why it hadn't changed that. I could have swore I automatically changed that earlier. Oh, whatever, not a big deal. Thank God I noticed that. Olise out on the right. Rutter will be playing alongside GSP there as the number 10s. Doku out wide. Kone and Zaire Emery in the midfield. The back three remains the same. Lapal up top. Sami Zayn in between the sticks. We have a very strong bench as well, lads. So now, finally, without further ado, let's get into it. The Champions League final against Inter Milan. It will be Benfica's stadium that we will be playing this final in. They've got a tifo of a player who's not even in the squad today. Bloody hell. Interesting strategy there, Inter. I mean, maybe they're just paying their respects to somebody who they'll know is heartbroken to be missing out on this game. But, oh, that's something I forgot about as well there, looking at Inter Milan's badge. Of course, they did win the Europa League last season, so they're looking to go back-to-back in European competitions. However, they did lose the Super Cup at the very beginning of this season, so that is something to keep in mind, and hopefully they'll lose this one here as well. I can't believe it's here though, lads. The last game of FC25 career mode on the channel. It's been an emotional journey. It's been a great journey though. I thoroughly have enjoyed every single second of it. All the highs, all the lows. It's really been a very fun time, and yeah, very much looking forward to next year's game as well. But listen, we don't want to focus on that now. We've got too much of a big game here to focus on first. Hopefully Esteban Lapal, who scored so many big goals, not just in this season, but this series in general. I'm hoping he can come up clutch again today. That's what it's all to play for, lads. That lovely Champions League trophy. From what I could see there from the Inter team, excuse me, it looks very similar to the probable lineups team. For one of the few times ever, I actually think it is the exact team. Don't really see any big omissions there. Was Bastoni in the probable lineup? I can't remember, but he is in this lineup anyway, which is frustrating because I find he normally leaves Inter in these career modes. So of course the one time he bloody stays, they're the team we come up against in the Champions League final itself. But they get their squad photo there as we line up to take our final squad photo pre-match. Hopefully we'll be taking pictures with the beautiful trophy after the game. Right, lads, we already know our team. There's no need to go over it again. Let's get into it. Club de Foot Montreal in the Champions League final against Inter Milan. I refuse to call them by their fake name in this game. Lombardia FC. Bloody hell. It's still Inter Milan to me, damn it. But hopefully Inter Milan will lose another Champions League final here to a League One team. And God, I wouldn't mind it being a similar result to in real life as well. Here's George St. Pierre, the man desperate to lift that trophy. When it's all said and done, what a run he's gone on here. GSP! Oh, what a start to the Champions League final! It's George St. Pierre! The man who's lifted a few trophies in this series. He would love to wrap it up by winning this one. What a magnificent run that was. He's our top scorer as well this season. I think that's goal number 31 in all competitions. And I know quite a few of them have come here in the Champions League, but that is the biggest one to date. First attack, first goal, and we have the lead here. 15 and 15 in this year's Champions League competition from George St. Pierre. I am absolutely thrilled with that. What an absolutely fantastic start to this game. Oh, let's keep that momentum going. Let's not give them a second's rest here. I could not have asked for a better start. I was not expecting that either. Here's Marmouche. Oh no. Marmouche! Oh my god, what a save by Sami Zayn. Bloody hell. The man who missed the penalty in the real-life FA Cup final. Got off quite a decent strike there, to be fair. But thankfully, Zayn was equal to it. Lukeba gives it to Zaire Emery. Of course, Inter would be looking to become the first team to go back-to-back in the Europa League and Champions League in that order since 2004 when Porto did it. Of course, Chelsea did it in 2013, the opposite way around. They won the Champions League in 2012 and the Europa League the year after. That's not possible anymore now, since teams don't drop down to the Europa League after the group stage anymore. You know I'm nervous when I start going off on tangents that have basically nothing to do with the game. But here's Kone, who is rock solid as a centre-back. Oh, in the semi-finals. And the quarter-final as well, to be fair. It's a good interception there by Saliba. But yeah, as I say, I felt like I couldn't risk it here in the Champions League final. I mean, if Kanate gets sent off again, I might have to try it for a bit. But hopefully it won't come to that. What a great run that is by Michael Olise. A man looking to avenge not winning the Champions League in our final FC24 series with Oxford. Lapaul, Zaire Emery, I think that took a little bit of a deflection. But the keeper saved it anyway. And you know, speaking of that Oxford career mode, how weird is it that Inter Milan have two players in their squad who we had in that series, and Conor Gallagher and Diao on the bench. Oh, it's a great ball. It's Nicholas Jackson. It's 1-1. Terrible marking. Absolutely atrocious marking there from our back three. Inter get the equaliser here. Our fantastic start has been ruled out already. Oh, that's really frustrating. Nothing the keeper was going to be able to do about that, to be fair. That's all on the defence. Oh my goodness me, what the hell was going on with the cameraman there? What was going on with the defence is probably the more important question, though. It's 1-1 here in the Champions League final after half an hour. Back all square. Okay. Let's not panic. Oh my god, what a ball. Is this going to be the quarter-final all over again? GSP immediately goes up the other end and gets his second goal of the game, our second goal of the game, and no sooner than conceding the equaliser, we go up the other end and go in front yet again. Lovely finish, great through ball as well. And the Montreal Canadiens, not the Montreal Canadiens, I'm in the wrong bloody sport. Club de Foot Montreal take the lead here. I'm wearing a Canadiens jersey right now, that's why the Canadiens were present on my mind. But the Habs are no strangers to winning trophies, and big trophies at that. The Impact don't seem to be strangers to it either, and what a trophy this would be to win. Oh, let's not concede an immediate equaliser though right after that. Marmouche, fuck off. Oh, fuck off. Oh, it's NBA 2K all over again here. Oh, it is going to be another Champions League quarter-final, I should say. Batshit crazy game, isn't it? I know this is the final. What I mean is it was a batshit crazy quarter-final. You get what I mean. I'm over-explaining it. Oh, my God. We just don't know how to have a normal game. 2-2 here. I'm not even going to try and score straight away. I'm going to be a bit more patient this time. I'm going to try and kill the momentum off here a little bit. Try and make them fall asleep. Bore them into conceding another goal. We never do it the easy way, do we? We never do. Kone now. GSP on a hat-trick. Looking to make space for himself here. Esteban Lapaul. Another man who comes up clutch so often. But hits that right at David Raya. Odegaard now. A good interception by Kone. Is Esteban Lapaul. Go on, lad. Go on, Esteban. Esteban Lapaul. The last minute of the half. GSP on a hat-trick. Oh! Saved by the keeper. And that's probably going to be that for the first 45 minutes. Yes, it is. 2-2 here. We got off to a great start. GSP, after 5 minutes with the first attack, gave us the lead. Nicholas Jackson, I think it was, got the equaliser, wasn't it? Or was it Marmouche? Oh my god, I've already forgotten. Who was it again? Yeah, it was Jackson. Bloody hell. He got the equaliser. We then went immediately up the other end and went in front. And then they came back down the other end and equalised. 2-2 here at half-time. All to play for in the second 45. I haven't made a change just yet. I did consider it. I did consider bringing on Jonathan David at the half-time break. But I'm going to wait. Not going to rush into it just yet. But we probably will have to make that change at some stage. I won't be surprised if we do. Surely that's offside. Somehow he was on. Thankfully, Sami Zayn was able to stop it. Olise now. Into Rutter. Go on, Lepal's in. Oh, he kind of half hesitated though. Looking to play it back for GSP. I thought he had reached him for a sec, but the defender managed to cut it out. I'm just going to stay quiet here for a bit. Just stay focused. I don't want to lose concentration here. Oh god, that switch player when I really didn't need it to. Thankfully there was no sting in that header. Wasn't a very iconic header. Did you get it? Sting. Icon. Okay, yeah, I'll see myself out. Oh, but GSP sees Lepal in here. Not the best touch. It's back with George St. Pierre. Rutter. Didn't get the best connection with it. Raya makes the save. It is out for a corner though. Olise looking to take it very quickly. God, what a time to get a runny nose. We don't score many headers here, but this would be the perfect time to score one. Kone won the header. And that's going to go out for a throw-in. I'm going to do it now though. Not GSP. Rutter comes off. Bloody hell. What's going on with the remote here? Nothing working for me at the moment. David's going to go up front. Lepal's going to drop back to a cam alongside GSP. But the Canadian Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to enter the field here with just under half an hour to go. I think it's the right time to make the change. Rutter came very close to getting a goal there, but other than that, he's had a bit of a quiet game overall. So I do think it's time to change. Toe Blake not even acknowledging him there. How cold is that? But hopefully that decision will be the right one. David! Nearly with an immediate impact. Right off the bench. Oh, great tackle by Kone. What? For what? Oh my god, the delay in giving that free kick. Oh no. Well, this man was one of the best players in the Celtic career mode. Is he going to come back to haunt us here in this series? Oh god. My heart rate, lads, you've no idea how through the roof it is at the moment. The blood pressure is going to be very, very high. It's so high you could call it Rob Van Dam. Don't do drugs, kids. Here's Jackson, though. Oh, what a touch that was, but thankfully Kanate read it extremely well. 20 minutes left. David, make that run. Good man. Jonathan David. Surely. On his so-called weaker side with a not-so-weak finish. And it's 3-2. We take the lead in this Champions League Final for the bloody third time. Will it be third time lucky? I bloody hope so. Oh. We called him the Canadian Ole Gunnar Solskjaer for a reason. In 99, Solskjaer won it. Here we are now in 2029. Has David won it? Really good finish there. Great ball by George St. Pierre, as per usual. Oh, but you just know there's going to be so many more shenanigans before it's all said and done. It ain't over yet, lads. I'm telling you that now. I am telling you that right now. Oh, it's a good ball in. What did I just fucking say? I'm so sick of it, lads. I really am. I'm so sick to death of this bloody end-to-end bullshit. I mean, I was expecting this in the PSG game and we didn't get it. We had it on steroids in the United game. And we're getting a repeat of it here in the Champions League bloody final itself. It's 3-3 here. Can David go one better than Ollie? Didn't get 2 goals in a Champions League final. No, he can't. No, he cannot. Oh, I'm trying not to swear. Trying not to swear. Marmouche now into Jackson. Oh, he nearly got fish and chipped. He nearly got fish and chipped, Sami Zayn. He said not today. Oh. I felt everything inside my body just collapse there. Oh, come on. That's a red card. That has to be a red card. He's taken him out with no attempt to get the ball. He could have been killed. That's assault. Yeah, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Go back to North London, Odegaard. See you later. Scumbag. Trying to take out a quality player like George St. Pierre. Look at this. Oh my god, that's attempted murder right there. That's attempted murder. And they're having to make a change here. Maldonado coming on for Jackson. We get a free kick here. Oh no, they're going to make another change as well. Why waste another window? Conor Gallagher comes off. Esposito comes on. Well, if he's going to be anywhere near as annoying as that bloody song of the same name, then I'm not looking forward to this. Right, let's roll this free kick short. Olise over to GSP. It was too awkward of an angle for me to shoot. I never would have got it in. So we're going to try and play it a bit more clever here. George St. Pierre. Jonathan David! Oh, what a block. What a block. Oh my god, it keeps automatically switching player when I don't want it to. Zaire Emery chasing him there. Oh, well done, Doku. Zaire Emery and Doku both did really well there to get that back. Here's Lepal. Esteban Lepal. And Jonathan David in the 90th minute has put us 4-3 up here in the Champions League final. I'm not going to say the famous line of 1999 again, because I still don't think this is over. But oh my god, have we just won the Champions League in the last minute? I'm going to ask the question. I'm not going to say we definitely have, but what a finish from the substitute. Okay, you know what? I'm going to have to change the formation now. We're just going to have to throw everyone back here. Oh, give me a second. I'm just going to make some tactical changes and then we'll get right back to this Champions League final and hopefully see it out. Okay, so this is what I've changed the formation to. David and Lepal are going to be the front two. A midfield three here. Kone, Zaire Emery and GSP at the moment. But part of me is tempted. Actually, wait, if we put Kone there. Yeah, never mind. He gets a +4 as a CDM. Never mind. I thought we were going to have to bring on a defender there. Kanate is knackered. So do I bring on Yusuf? I've brought Lenny Yoro on at right back. We've taken Doku off. Saliba a little bit tired too. I just don't know if I want to take off that high rated player yet. I know Olise is getting a -16, but I trust him. And on that left hand side, I think that's going to be more of a visual thing than anything. I'm going to leave it like that for now. We've gone very deep defensively as well. I've put the instructions and the settings for tactics as park the bus. You know what? Just to bloody annoy them a little bit, I'm going to make another time wasting sub. And the player who will come off, you know what? Zaire Emery. Siddiqui is a little bit more defensive minded. This is all tactical, lads. This will run down the clock further. Maybe I've wasted a change now, who knows? But it runs down the clock. I get some fresh legs onto the pitch as well. Inter will kick it off. Oh, please hold on to this, lads, please. Please, please, please. Oh, fuck off, Marmouche. Fuck off. What a tackle. Yoro, just boot that away. We have done it. Les Champions. Club de Foot Montreal of Montreal, Quebec, Canada have come to Europe and become Champions League winners. Oh, it brings a tear to my eye. It's magnifique. What a game to do it in as well. I can say it now. And David has won it. Oh, what a journey, lads. What a journey it was to get here. The most unique save idea I think I've ever had, never mind on the channel, in any career mode I've ever done, including Create a Club. And it ends with winning the biggest prize in club competition. Oh my god, in club football I meant to say. Bloody hell, I can't even speak properly. It's just relief, lads. It's just relief right now. George St. Pierre, a man who's no stranger to winning trophies and championships in his career, lifts up the UEFA Champions League title for Club de Foot Montreal. We took the French-Canadian side from the MLS, we brought them over to the French League, we won the league twice, and now we have a Champions League to add to the collection. Oh, it's beautiful, lads. It's absolutely beautiful. Honestly, I'm so happy. I'm so happy right now. 3 series we've done, 3 Champions League titles in each. But there's something about this one that's really, really satisfying. Not that the other 2 weren't, don't get me wrong. Jesus, winning it with Celtic and Manchester United was absolutely fantastic. But I just think in this season in particular, there were so many times, especially in the quarter-final and the league phase, where I thought we were doomed, and we managed to turn it around. I think that's what makes it so satisfying, is the amount of hard work and grit we had to put in here. Oh, and now it's all worthwhile. The French Canadians are now the champions of Europe. Toe Blake adds yet another success to a Montreal team here. What a fantastic moment. And here we are now in the streets of Montreal. They're so used to welcoming Stanley Cups to this city, but now they welcome a UEFA Champions League title. As per usual for this cutscene, lads, I'm going to go quiet. I'm going to let you enjoy it and allow the celebrations to begin. Oh, what a beautiful sight this is. What a beautiful sight that is. Ignore that Europa League backdrop there, for some reason, behind the Champions League trophy. That's kind of weird. But what's not weird is the fact that we have done it yet again, lads. We've won another Champions League title on the channel, but this one honestly feels like the one that I had to work hardest for. I never thought anything would have been more difficult than winning it with Celtic, genuinely. We had a great team with Celtic, but obviously being a Scottish team, you'd expect it to be quite tough. But this, honestly, was tougher, because we literally took a team from one continent, brought them over to another continent. We did better than I expected in the early days, and then when I thought we'd finally made the perfect team to go and win the Champions League, it all seemed to fall apart. So for that reason, that's why I think this one probably feels the most satisfying from that perspective. But I'm just so glad that we've had a happy ending here. But there is something I want to check as well. Something I haven't really done in either of the 2 series, which means I'm going to have to simulate in to the following season. But it's nothing to do with actually, winning any team trophies. It's more about an individual trophy that we are yet to see one of our players win here in any series we've done previously. Oh, well, that's bloody annoying. Not one of our players got nominated for the Ballon d'Or. Foden, Vinny Jr., Rodrigo and Haaland. We won the bloody Champions League. GSP scored 16 goals in the tournament as captain to go on and win it, and we don't even get a bloody nomination for the Ballon d'Or. Oh, that was a waste of time. But look, George St. Pierre does not need an individual award to justify what a great season he had and what a great year he had in general. As you can see here, 32 goals and 17 assists in all competitions, and 16 of those goals and 9 of those assists coming in the Champions League itself. This man led by example. He got a couple of goals in the final itself. Capitan Fantastique. Absolutely magnificent from this man this season. Esteban Lapal wasn't too far behind. 29 goals and 15 assists. 15 and 12 coming in the Champions League. David as well, who got the winner. 10 goals and 3 assists in the Champions League. 17 and 6 in total in the season. He didn't play as many league games as I thought I put him into. I could have swore I started him in a lot more league games. To be fair, towards the end, we were having to rotate we weren't even putting the subs in the starting 11. We were putting the bloody reserves into the starting 11 to make sure nobody got injured. Bakayoko at 7 and 4, only 2 assists though in the Champions League. There was just something about players on that right hand side that just didn't really click in this career mode, so not a terrible effort, but nothing overly spectacular. 6 goals and 2 assists in the Champions League for Olise. He came in and made an impact, pun very much intended. It's great to see that he got some redemption from the Oxford career mode, and he now has a Champions League medal on this channel. 6 and 9 from Emery, 5 and 8 from Rutter. He was very good in the Champions League semi-finals, so great to see him having an impact, and then a couple of more players chipped in there as well. We already saw the assists really. GSP, Lapaul and Zaire Emery leading the charts there, and a few players also chipped in. The most games was played by Sami Zayn, 95 rated, which is absolutely crazy. And something else that's crazy, if you just look at the transfer values here at the end of this series, 308 million for GSP, 231.5 million for Sami Zayn, 174 million for Zaire Emery, 137.5 for Olise, and then a few players here who are very close to the 100 mark as well. Actually, sorry, Saliba is as well, 111.5 million. What a team we ended up building. And here we are now, lads. The end of this career mode, and also the end of FC25 career modes in general. I am really lost for words right now. I'm going to try and say this without getting emotional, and some people might say, why are you going to get emotional? It's only a video game. You're right, so feel free to mock me if I do start crying here, but the support on each and every series we've had in FC25, lads, has meant the absolute world to me. Let me turn off my fan here in the background. Sorry, that's been going on the whole episode. It's very warm in this room, but you know what? I'll deal with the heat whilst I give this emotional goodbye. The support has been just completely overwhelming in the best way possible. The amount of regular viewers I've seen, in the comments, people interacting with me on social media as well, letting me know that they've been enjoying the series. That doesn't go unnoticed, lads. Trust me, it doesn't. I've tried to respond to as many as I can, but genuinely, there's been a hell of a lot more than I was expecting. So thank you all so much for that. And I also have something else to announce about that as well at the end of this episode too, which is where we're at right now. But at the end of this episode, I'm over-explaining it. I'm sorry. I do this when I get emotional. It's been just so unbelievably heartwarming. These past kind of 9-10 months for me has been a bit of a challenging time for me personally. I won't go into all the reasons why. Listen, it's, I don't want to come on and overshare stuff like that, but I just want you all to know that ye means so much to me, and ye have got me through a very challenging period of my life. I appreciate it more than you will ever know, so thank you all so much for that. In terms of this series itself, I remember this time last year deciding Montreal were going to be the third career mode team we did. I had the idea of doing a French League career mode where we only sign players from French-speaking countries. I had that idea before I knew I was going to do it with Montreal. I didn't know what team I wanted to do it with, and Montreal is a city that I have a very close personal connection with, and for me there was no better team to bring over to the French League to do this career mode series and challenge. Was it challenging? Absolutely, but in the best way possible, and I have absolutely adored every single second of this series. Merci beaucoup to every single person who tuned into this series. A huge thank you as well, lads, to everybody who has supported all of the series we've done here on FC25. This may be it for the main series, but I do have kind of a love letter series planned that we're going to do exclusively live. It's a love letter to FC25 and also a little bit to FC24 that we will be doing as a live series coming up, so stay tuned for that. The other thing as well, though, I want to announce though, lads, is I have created an Instagram account for this YouTube channel. At the time of recording, I should say, I haven't posted anything on it yet, but I am going to be posting clips and stuff on there. I'm also going to be organising things like Q&As and stuff, especially the closer we get to 600 subscribers, and then hopefully eventually 1,000 subscribers. I would love to do stuff like that. And now that we've finished with the main series of FC25, I'm definitely going to be including a lot of non-football stuff on here as well. But football content won't be going anywhere either. We do have a new season on the horizon, so I will be giving my previews and predictions for that, but I'm also going to start including some non-football related stuff also. But that is that, lads. Thank you all so much for tuning into this episode. Thank you for tuning into this series, and thank you for tuning into all of my content for FC25. It means a lot. For one final time, I'm going to say it, Au revoir and take care.